Bull or bear? Oh, hang on, I got to do that one over, Marcelo. Bull or bear? And if you notice, that coin sounds much different than any coin I've ever spun. That's because it is. I'll share that with you in a moment. Woo! What a sound. I probably just made most of you deaf. It's a bear on my super big coin here. And what is that super big coin that I just spun here? It is a United States, I think it's called the Park Series 2014 Everglades quarter, but it's actually 5 ounces of silver. It's not in the plastic or the cap. I believe this is the BU version. I think I'm going to keep this for a part of our spinny series because it makes a nice spinny noise. So, hey, what's up? This is Brian Kuzmar, as you know, in beautiful Lauderdale by the Sea. Got the live Hillsboro cam up here. Unseasonably warm here in Florida, 82 degrees. I know I'm complaining, but this is, the last couple of years we've had a nice cool season. This year a bit warmer than normal, in my opinion. But 82 degrees today, beautiful day out there. Love to be out fishing myself. As you know, this is my inlet that I usually go in and out of when I do go fishing. Haven't been for a while, but I will soon. But lovely day, absolutely lovely. Don't see a lot of boats out there. I think it's just a bit too windy for a lot of people to go out there, and most people stay inshore anyway. Strange little tidbit as a boater that I found here in South Florida, that very few people will travel farther than once they can't see the shore anymore, they get panicky, so they kind of go back in. Even with all the modern electronics that everyone has, people like to stay close to shore. All right, don't ask me what that has to do with the price of gold and silver. Nothing really. So let's move into stuff that actually does. This is my quote for the day. In the economy where the only certainty is uncertainty, the one sure source of lasting competitive advantage is knowledge. And this is something that we've all discussed here for the last 3 years on my videos that we've done here. That knowledge is power. And I mean, of course, I like quoting stuff that is so old and so probably oversaid over and over, but it's true. Knowledge is power, and we are living in times in the economy right here and in the political spectrum where the only certainty is uncertainty. That's exactly what we've been seeing. It's just pure uncertainty, politically, economically, but the one sure source of lasting competitive advantage is knowledge. As Ikojiro Nonaka, I hope I pronounced that correctly, pointed out in this lovely quote, and knowledge helps you win in the game of life, and whether it's political life, economic life, or just the streets, man, living in the streets. Knowledge is a major advantage to, or street knowledge, I should say. What's that? Common sense knowledge, right? It's a competitive advantage no matter how you look at it. And this is part of my videos, trying to give you part of that competitive advantage. And when I talk about uncertainty, we talk about our silver market all the time. We talk about our gold markets. We talk about the platinum markets, all right? Not platinum so much, but gold and silver market. Let's stick with that. There's so much uncertainty there. Why? Because there's so much manipulation and bad crap that goes on there, which creates the uncertainty that a lot of us have. But if you know that stuff is happening, you are at an advantage already. Now, knowing, of course the game is rigged. I've said this how many thousands of times in different videos. Of course the game is rigged, but if you don't play, you can't win. And every part of your aspect of our lives is rigged, economically, politically, from the time that we wake up in the morning. From somehow it is rigged in some way by someone, entity, or society, however you want to look at it. So everything is rigged to some degree. So just get over it. You can't just lay in your bed and wait to die. I guess you can, and some people do. But the point is if you don't play, you can't win, and you can't win if you don't know how the game is played. And that's the advantage of gold and silver and platinum, is knowing how these crooks manipulate these prices up and down, and knowing what the lower prices really represent, which is being able to buy a age-old 5,000-year plus commodity, gold and silver, hard asset for centuries and centuries, ones that central banks even covet at dirt cheap, super low prices, especially silver, which is used a lot in the industrial sectors as well as the investment sectors too. And silver is much harder, rare, scarcer to get than gold, believe it or not, but we've discussed these videos, and you can look back on them. We're not going to jump down these 60 rabbit holes that I just shot off in the last 3 minutes. But take a look at these prices. Prime opportunity to buy, especially platinum, the unloved platinum metal, at $950. I mean, how much lower can platinum go from here? Who knows with these crooks? But no less, if it provides us an opportunity to buy these things on the cheap, I'm all in. You know, what are you going to put your money in? More currency? What are you going to take those 20s and 100s you make from all the money that you make and stuff them under your mattress and hope you wake up one day and you can buy shit with them? No. What else are you going to buy? You're going to go buy a bunch of oil, because you know oil is going to stay pretty high for a long time. Where are you going to store it? Where are you going to put it? Oh, you're going to buy it on the COMEX markets? No, I don't think so. But gold, silver, as far as the storage, storability, the ability to own it, the ability to trade it, the ability to be a hedge against a falling empires, I should say. We're not the only one. Falling economies, falling fiat dollars in their buying power. I mean, there's so much here, folks. These prices are so damn cheap. But meanwhile, the coin did say a bear. Did indicate a bear. I use the reverse as a bear and the obverse as a bull. And in this case, the Everglades, what was it? It's not a stork, damn it. It's oh, I know what that bird is, and I just forgot. Anyway, on the back of the Everglades coin, it did say a bear. I would concur that we're probably going to see some more monkey hammering on Sunday night or Monday or sometime this week. I don't think they're content on letting it sit at 22 when the 200-day moving average is in their sights right here. And remember, they're looking for excuses. They're looking for economic excuses to make it look like they're not manipulating these markets, where they can point to, oh, well, the Fed spoke and he said he's going to raise interest rates, and that's why gold went down. No, that's not why gold went down. Gold went down because of the crooks, the big commercials, crooks in the CME Group's Silver COMEX exchange and their NYMEX exchange, the big casino called the CME Group. Their casinos. All the crookedness happens there. It has nothing, gold and silver and prices have nothing to do with a rising dollar. Rising against what? Rising against the other fiat turds out there? No, it has nothing to do with interest rates rising, because they can't significantly raise interest rates to make a difference. Man, they can't print their way out of this mess now. They're screwed. And again, remember, you know, why they're telling you to stay in the market, stay in this market, stay in the currency, stay, keep using and saving their fiat dollars, buy their treasuries, buy their bonds. They're coveting gold. The treasuries, the central bankers are coveting gold. That's what they're filling up their vaults with. Why? Because they know it's going to be here for them. They know the shit they're pawning off on us is not. Anyway, these metals are on the cheap. Premiums are super on the cheap as well. Can't argue with the low premiums that we're seeing. A lot of folks that have bought at much higher prices, where there's a higher silver gold price and a higher premium on top of that, which we've seen both. We've seen high gold and silver prices, low gold and silver prices, but high premiums for the last 3 years. Plus, premiums have dropped substantially right now, folks. I think that the investment, the small investment, when I say small investment, big money has not stopped buying. Huge amounts of silver is just flying out of SLV, as Ted Butler points out, flying out of the CME Group, out of available silver. There's not a lot of available silver out there. Mining is not really catching up with the job. So where are we going from here? Oh, gosh, I'm starting to jump down another rabbit hole. So anyway, this stuff is just on the cheap. Just keep buying it. And as far as I said, that the large investment world is still buying it. They've not stopped. A lot of outflows out of COMEX, a lot of outflows out of the SLV. But the small retail investor has backed off, and anyone that says otherwise I don't know what they're doing or what they're seeing differently, but I'm on the front lines. Small retail investors have backed off, and that happened exactly when silver started going from 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. The more it went from 20 to 24, that range up there, retail investors, again, the small investors backed off, not the big ones. The big ones were just sucking it up the whole time, but small investors who buy coins, the stuff that we deal in, that's why you're seeing lower premiums. Bars, small bars, big whales out there, these big whales out there, they don't buy 1 ounce rounds. Typically they don't buy 1 ounce rounds, 10 ounce kilos and stuff like that. They're buying 1,000 ounce delivery bars, that kind of thing. All right, typically, but and the premiums on those are higher. The premium on those are still high and reasonably high. But meanwhile, again, the smaller retail purchase products, premiums have come down significantly, which is really still makes for a good buy, because a lot of products, when silver was at 18, 19, and $20 an ounce, premiums on some of the stuff was, premiums on some silver round, generic silver was $5 an ounce, as high as $5 an ounce. So silver at 19, silver at 20, you're putting yourself at 24 and $25 an ounce. Right now, with silver even higher, you can pay less than that for some of these products. And silver eagles have just been playing crazy forever. Still, I don't recommend, as you know, this is not what to buy day and get me telling you what the best premiums are, but you definitely still don't want to buy silver eagles. All right, why am I talking about uncertainty in economic, political times, and knowledge is power? Because all you got to do is take a look at the headlines here. This kind of stuff. We know, what's not to know about that? We absolutely know this is true based on the Twitter files that we've been reading here. We can see that the U.S. Government was involved with this kind of stuff right here. And so were the social media giants, like the social media giant you're watching right now. And this social media giant and others, they were heavily involved in this. And they're still doing it to this day, in our face, folks. This is what I'm talking about: economic, political uncertainty. When the people that are supposed to work for you and they're supposed to take care of our best interests become liars, thieves, and scumbags. Okay, conniving liars, thieves, and scumbags. And when we catch them, in the past, it would change for a little bit or appear to change. But now, they don't even care. It's so in our faces. It's like, F you, we're in control, and you do what we say. But anyways, what does that have to do with the price of gold, silver, and platinum? A lot has to do with, because again, politically uncertain time, socially uncertain times, economically uncertain times. A lot of bad shit going out there, and maybe this is all just distraction as well. What's really going on, which is the collapse of the U.S. dollar, the collapse of the U.S. empire, unfortunately. But again, all they're doing is making it worse for themselves out there. I don't know. I don't think it's the politicians to blame as much as the bureaucracy and all these agencies that they've created all these years, who are really running the show. That's my opinion. Let's keep going. What does this have to do with the price of gold and silver again? The more they fuck it up, there you go, F word of the day. The more that people will need gold, silver, and platinum to cover the falling empires' currencies that are out there. Okay, that's a simple way to say it. But all you got to do, again, just flash down here. By the way, there is a different news source you could look if you want rainbows and unicorns shoved up your ass, and that would be Wall Street Journal, CNBC, CNN, Fox. They're all the corporate news channels out there are pretty much suck, and that's kind of why I'm showing you this stuff, because this is real. Take a look at this stuff. This gets worse, man, and we're actually hemorrhaging here in this country financially in so many different ways, and we got our current idiots our current POTUS and the idiots running this country are spending billions sending it to a country that has people goose stepping in their army. Come on, give me a break here. It's just so in our faces. We caught them, we catch them in the act, and then they double down on their stupid, and they just look at us like, well, what are you going to do about it? Well, I tell you what, you're going to have 30 million, 60 million, whatever the frick it is, angry Americans pretty soon. You thought I think these guys don't realize, if they thought January 6th was bad, wait till it really happens. January 6th was just a fucking sideshow, circus show of a bunch of morons and idiots, in my opinion. Again, smoke and mirrors, moronic bullshit show. When the real thing happens, man, watch out. Watch out. I'm getting out of town myself, because when the real things happens, there will be pitchforks, there will be torches, there will be lynchings in Washington, D.C. Now, I'm not talking about the violent part. I'm talking about this, as far as politically, people are going to just get thrown out of office, all right? I abhor violence. I don't agree with it. But no less, something's got to be done out here. And what has it got to do with the price of gold and silver? Well, folks, if that happens, all bets are off. You can pretty much say the system's pretty much collapsed. And good thing you own gold, silver, and platinum. Another big week for central bank digital currencies. A new, oh my God. I got to tell you, anybody that listens to my video, if you do one thing in your life, refuse to, even if they want to give them to you for free, I know that's hard to say no to anything free, but even if they wanted to give them to you for free, refuse to take them. I mean, at the very least, buy gold with them or something like that, but I'm going to refuse to deal in these. I think if they try to roll out CBDCs on a voluntary basis at first, I will put a sign on that door that says, take them somewhere else. We don't take this bullshit fiat. And that's the truth. I will refuse to take them as a business and as a individual, a free individual. I bet you a lot of you feel that same way. Think about this, a $600, look at this headline. And again, what has this got to do with the price of gold and silver? Folks, the worse they get, the better gold and silver gets for you. IRS tells millions of, to delay, it just gets, oh, hold on, I'm sorry, I confused that with the $600 threshold. Think about that $600 threshold. There was a whole thriving economy of soccer moms and middle class and lower income class people that were making a little bit of money to survive on, tax-free through eBay and tax-free through these different services. That's just all been cut off, folks. And who cut it off? Guess who? The very people that claim that they support that particular classes, which is the Democrats. The Democrats, more IRS agents to check on the very same people that they're claiming that they want to protect and take care of. All right, bullshit. All right, and what has that got to do with the price of gold and silver? I'll let you fill in the blanks, blankly blank, blank, blank. Yeah, no doubt about that. Yeah, I'd say fatigue set in a long time ago. Washington, D.C. just doesn't get it. I don't know, love or hate this guy. I don't know how I feel about him, but I like him better than most of the Democrats out there, but I have mixed feelings about the red and blue people. To some degree. Can't stand either party, but I do like some people within the parties, all right? But no less, billions of dollars, all right, have gone to this country to buy weapons and have brothers kill brothers and families kill families, because that's what that war is. It's a civil war between the East and West. They're making it sound like that the Russians are fighting the Ukrainians. No, man. The Western, I think it's the Western side, they call it Western Ukraine's, or is it Eastern Ukraine, which is east of the Dnipro River. That's who Western Ukrainians are fighting. Ukraine's been a two type of people country for a long time. You got the Russian speaking, which live on the right. If you're looking at the map, ready? If you look at the map of Ukraine right now, and most every map they show you, if you look at the right side, that's hey, let's take a look at a Ukraine map here. All right, man, I'm going off for the rabbit holes again. Let's see, Ukraine map. There we go. Where's the Ukraine? There's the Ukraine map. All right, look, Kiev is right here. All right, there's the Dnipro River. This has always been mostly Ukrainian-speaking people here that speak Ukraine, which is not Russian. It's an individual language of its own. This side of the country has always spoke Russian here, mostly. Very few people. So it's almost like a minor ethnic divide, all right? Say as you will, whoever you want. And Kiev has been the dividing point between these two different speaking countries, or two different speaking people in the population. Not unlike Canada with the French and the English and or like the U.S. is becoming, but two different kind of languages, two different types of cultures. So this country got split into a civil war. This side of this country started bombing. Ukraine government in Kiev started bombing their own people that wanted to separate from Ukraine. But anyway, it's just a bad deal. It's a civil war mostly. Then the Russians come in. You can see the Russians come in over here, and they're supporting the Russian-speaking people that Kiev and the Ukrainian-speaking people were bombing way back when. It's a messy thing, and it's not what they tell you on the news. If you listen to mainstream media, I don't care who it is, CNBC or CNN, ABC, CBS, and God forbid if you listen to NPR, man, I think they work for Ukraine. Truthfully, I have never heard more bullshit. I used to love NPR, but I just listened to them talking about this war. Whoa. I think they're a propaganda arm for the CIA, actually. Anyways, what's this got to do with the price of gold and silver? War has a lot to do with it, especially the way it's draining this country. $100 billion plus that could have been spent fixing something here, or maybe not even spending, giving back to Americans. It's frickin' Looney Tune world out there, folks. All right, I could go on and on and on. By the way, don't know who's playing. Don't really give a flying F. Same thing with soccer. I wouldn't care either. Again, to me, this is what bread and circuses, you know what I mean? Get everybody's attention on the Super Bowl, and they won't be thinking about how badly their money is being spent in this particular country. Get everyone thinking about a balloon that popped, that floated over the U.S., which is probably a weather balloon, but who cares if it wasn't, instead of thinking about spending billions on this and the crookedness that's happening in D.C. Folks, a lot of this stuff is just smoke and mirrors. A lot of it's just distractions to get you to not think about. That's why everything comes so fast at you. That's a good article, by the way. You should read that. I'm going to get out of here because we're talking about too many things here. Listen, an interesting thing that one of you viewers brought up to me in the comment section was the COMEX. COMEX kind of broken down a little bit as far as the COT reports are delayed. And why were the COT reports? Someone said COMEX was hacked, but not true. I don't believe COMEX was hacked. What I understand, which I just took a look, and trust Reuters as much as you hate them as much or love them as much as you like. Well, I don't imagine anybody loves Reuters. They're just part of the problem out there when it comes to the media. Probably work for the CIA. All right. Euronet delays commodities reports in the wake of an Ion cyber attack. Apparently, this company, exchange operator Euronext, has postponed further notice of weekly report on positions in its commodity derivatives. A disruption caused by a ransomware attack. And if you know, these ransomware attacks is where they lock down your computer and they tell you if you don't pay them some kind of form of cryptocurrencies, they're going to turn off all your shit or erase everything, which in this case, I don't know if it'd be good or bad. So hang on one sec. Euronext, whose wheat futures are priced, wheat futures, right? Said a problem with third-party software occurred on the January that prevented some markets from participating. And apparently this is what's caused the U.S. Commodities Future Trading Commission, or the CFTC, said why the COT reports were delayed. Now, if you have more information on this than what I just came up with here, please put it in the comment section on today's video. I looked. I couldn't find too much at all on this. I couldn't. In fact, I think I DuckDuckGo the term COT reports delayed because of hacking or something like that. But very little came up. I found like one or two articles on this. Here, let me see if I can go backwards. I'll show you. There you go. That's it, really. Not too much here. That was the only thing I could really find that brought this issue up here. Not too much news on that. It makes you wonder why. Maybe it's not that significant to these people. Who knows? All right. What else was I going to show you here? Give me one second here. That is the law radar. Okay. All right. Here, this is kind of another, last night's video, or not last night's video, but Thursday's video was basically if you don't hold it, you don't own it. Someone had brought up the fact that one of the IRA companies out there that held gold and silver, oh my gosh, it's not here now, I can't find it. Where is it? Let's see if I can find it. All right, CFTC versus First State Depository Company. I had a couple pages of this stuff here to bring up here, but apparently there is a company out there. That's why I always tell you, folks, if you don't hold it in your hands, you don't own it. Apparently this company had IRAs for gold, silver, and platinum. They were supposed to hold things or something to that effect. But apparently they, again, there's issues. That's why I said, no matter how much you trust someone, there's no substitute for holding it yourself. If you don't hold it in your hands, you don't own it. And apparently that this thing has been, the securities lawsuit was removed from Argent Asset Group. And, I actually know who this is. I don't want to talk about this right now, but it does not surprise me to some degree. And again, I can't say because it's was meant to happen, but again, sometimes you can trust your money with people, and then this is my opinion, that are not very bright. And that is my opinion on this particular thing. But yeah, absolutely true for you folks that have IRAs out there. Ken, and gold and silver and platinum, I just don't get it. I mean, you could wake up any morning like some of the folks did here and not have anything left. Well, anyways, I don't know enough to comment on this. I do know one of the players here. I know who that is, and I know who some of the people might be involved with this are. So we'll see what happens there. But again, if you don't own it, you don't have it in your hands, you don't own it. Again, that's my opinion. I'm going to stick with it. And in fact, let's talk about that video. If you hold it, you don't own it. If you don't hold it, you don't own it. All right. And by the way, folks, don't forget, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and there's a little bell up there you can hit somewhere as well. It'll tell you when my new videos come up. And I'll get into if you want to buy precious metals from me, because I advertise to beat APMEX, SDJ, and Bullion on their commonly traded, reasonably priced products. I advertise to beat them, and I'll beat the locals here in South Florida on prices too. So if you're looking for really good prices, gold, silver, and platinum, give us a call, and I'll show you how to do that at the end of this video at my company, Commercial Blvd. I'll give you a flash real quick. But meanwhile, let me get into comments from Thursday's video. I'm going to go down to the very bottom here. Close your eyes if you get dizzy. Boy, what a lovely day, man. I got a lot of work to do still, too. Got Lakeland coming up. I'm going to talk about that, too, the Collectorama show here in Florida that you guys can go to. All right, Dario, yeah, I wish you could come by as well. I'd love to meet you guys. Sometimes I meet some of you, it's like, I can't believe people... I'm always like pretending that I'm just talking to my computer screen. I try not to think that there's people out there that really listen to me. Otherwise, I'd be like a deer in the headlights, maybe. I don't know. Thanks, man. And I'm humbled. I really am. When I meet people that come in my store, I get like goosebumps. Like, man, they're really here to see me. Kind of like, I'm humbled by it. You know what I'm saying? I really am. So thanks for all you folks that watch me, like me, and subscribe to me. Hack Comics. Yeah, I was just talking about that. And the reason I was talking about it because you and someone else brought it up here. You guys bring stuff up. I do read it, and I do look at it. We'll see what happens there. Hermosa Beach guy, what's up, man? Me too. Yeah, I started to look, and I think that kid may have worked for the that particular place. I'm not quite sure. Maybe he's allowed to do that or something, but I didn't think you could go around kicking pelicans. But maybe he's just kind of like shooing them off. I don't know if he actually made contact. Exciting stuff, folks. Bird kicking. That's why you subscribe to my videos. Rick says, I rolled out 3/4 of my first IRA to precious metal IRA for tax credit. I had no choice. I also hold a substantial amount of physical. Any thoughts on my position? Yeah, man, if you hold it yourself and it's in your hands, I think it's safe as it can be anywhere else, including your IRA, and that's just my opinion, Rick. But I know, I get it. Sometimes you have to stick something somewhere, but you know what? I'd take my IRA and try to find some other safe thing to put it into. I don't know. I just don't want my metal sitting with some company that I don't 100% trust is going to keep it or be there. And that's hard to find out there, especially with IRAs, people to hold gold, silver, and platinum. You're talking about someone that's going to store it for you. You're getting into a whole different element here. When you have an IRA and in your IRA you have stocks and bonds, I mean, generally speaking, these people are heavily licensed, heavily regulated, unlike... Well, I can't say that. In the metals markets, metal market's not that heavily regulated because look what they get away with in the CME group. All right, again, more rabbit holes. Rob F., what's up? Mike P., let's go, man. Yeah, I hope not. How do we go from gradient to... Yeah, I know. I'm not going to argue with that, but, neither party has been an asset to us. This party has been particularly worse, but neither party's been an asset if you really think about it. Monkey Hammer, I digress. The Anxious Stacker says, I'm always saying that I get tired of channels that switch over to the dark side, getting paid to advertise mining stocks and ETFs. I feel like it's selling out to what we got. Yeah, Mining stocks are a whole different thing, and ETFs are a whole different thing. I mean, I'd rather, why put money into an ETF that is held by someone else and they send you all this paperwork on, they're contacting IRS all the time, when you can simply just buy the metal and hold it yourself, unless you have to do it in an IRA. So I don't like ETFs. I don't like them. Just don't like them. Rather see people buy the physical and not stay away from their paper shenanigans. And again, I believe that the ETFs do, for the most part, have the silver to back up the stuff. The big ones do. Hopefully. But again, that's why you want to own it yourself. And mining stocks, whole different thing, man. Mining stocks, a lot of people don't understand mining stocks and that get into them. The guys that understand them and the guys that deal in them frequently, that's what they do, not physical metals, but they do mining stocks. They understand them, okay? They make money on them. But remember, you are not buying gold out of the ground. You could buy a mining company that has sold every ounce of gold they own out of the ground. In the past, they've sold it already at a lower price. They just have to get it out. You could buy. You're not buying gold when you're buying a mining company. You're not buying physical. You're buying a company. Never forget that. You are buying a mining company. You're not buying gold and silver. Okay. So real important for you guys to know that out there. Cake in it says Klaus Schwab. Making a digital more valuable and tangible. Fuck Klaus Schwab. There's my second one for the day, and I really mean that one. Evil bastard that he is. Evil old piece of shit. Sorry about that. Just my opinion. First State Depository and Village Claim. Yeah, that's what I was just talking about, and I happen to know one of the people that are involved with that stuff. I don't want to say too much because I don't know much about the whole deal. But man, I'm sorry to hear that. And it doesn't surprise me. Well, hold on. No, it doesn't surprise me. And I don't believe necessarily that the people that I know that they're probably involved with this are like evil people. Stupid? Yeah, probably. Evil? No. Stupid? Yeah, probably. But stupid can lose your gold and money and silver just as fast as evil can, folks. So remember that. There's no substitute for holding it yourself. Interesting story. Thanks for bringing it up, Nick. I'll be keeping an eye on that. Marcus says, very true. Has some German paper notes there. Just yeah, true. Thanks, Marcus. While living in Gainesville, an ex-deputy sheriff died to rob. Yeah, that's an interesting story too. I did look that up a little bit. I didn't read too much about it, but really cool story. Each duffel bag had over 20. Yeah, he got greedy, but the guys that hit that gold heist I talked about Thursday night, man, they hit it. Oh my gosh, they were going for cash. They didn't realize that there was like 10 times that amount in gold that they were going to nail. Scary story too. Again, if your gold was in that airport depository, wherever that Heathrow Airport depository where your gold was robbed, guess whose gold got robbed? Yours did. Why? Because it wasn't sitting at your house. But they got bailed out. Remember, Johnson Matthey got bailed out of that. So whoever Johnson Matthey owned gold to got bailed out as well and got their gold. But not everyone's going to get bailed out, folks. Chris, what's up, my friend? Internet friend as well. Thank you. I appreciate that. Beefhead, T-bones on the grill. There you go, brother. West Cowboys. Let me see here. But they drove the herds cows for one thing. Silver dollars back then. Dollar would buy a $50 fiat bill buy today. Yeah, that's about right. Buy the dip because we'll all be reliving those cowboy days. Man, I don't know, man. I'm not sure. I don't have the ass to sit in on a horse saddle. I have no ass, man. I'd just be bare bones and skin. I'll have nothing but calluses, man. It won't be comfortable for me. I'm not sure the cowboy life will suit me very well. But thank you, Chris. I'll watch the Cowboys. Chris, thanks, man. Hope you and your wife are well. Christina says, did you see the CFTC and get hacked? Yeah, we just talked about that. They didn't get hacked, but the group that they is involved with giving them information and data they need to do the COT reports got hacked. But again, very vague. Not a lot on this story. Thanks, Christina. If you know anything, hit me in the comment section for today's video. Philip, what's up? Can't wait to watch the gold when it comes to U.S. Can you imagine how surprised those guys were able to stumble into all that gold? Yeah, I know. But again, they're thieves, man. I have no respect for thieves. If I knew someone stole gold, I don't care who it was from. I don't like thieves. I'd turn a thief in. I do and would all the time. I'm that kind of person. I don't like people that steal from others. I don't care who they are. I don't believe in the Robin Hood theory either, actually, to be quite honest with you. There's better ways to do things. Again, a thief is a thief. Linda says, I can almost see your laughter as well. That was a good story I told. I think it wasn't my story, but can't find the article. Does it require? I don't know. I know which article you're talking about. It was one that Peter Schiff wrote, but sometimes the best thing to do is just read the headline that I got on my screen here and just type it into your search engine, and it will pop up somewhere. Kenneth says, not sure why I was talking about the fact that the comics recently announced they were hit with a major cyber attack, and it's going on for a while now. Yeah, thank you, Ken. I really appreciate that. And again, because of you guys, I went and looked up a little bit. Can't find a lot of information other than it doesn't say that, from what I can read, it doesn't say that comics was hit or the CFTC was hit. It just says that the another exchange was hit and they couldn't give their data to COMEX and the CFTC for their COT reports. But I don't know, man. Very vague stuff out there. Interesting to see what's going on with that. Hey, again, thanks for watching, folks. I'm going to get into where you can find me here. You can find me also on this particular channel here. You can find me here. I'm going to make sure I'm going to start actually watching. I see someone signed up to visit and talk to me here. Folks, if you ask me some questions out here, I will answer. It'll probably get me to use this thing more often. And I never used it before because it was owned by a bunch of censorship jerk-offs. But now that it seems to be a lot less censorship out there, it seems to be, I'm more apt to be out here and answer questions. So ask me a question out here. Where is my profile? There is my profile right there. You can ask me at Brian Kuzmar. I may do a business profile up here to some point, but meanwhile, you can catch me out here on my name, and happy to chat with you guys. And don't forget, up this coming week, February 16th to 18th, the Lakeland Show. Lakeland Collectorama. You can buy gold, silver, platinum products. You can buy all kinds of cool stuff. Coins, paper money, even collectibles. Even maybe someone might bring their old musket to sell you. Or maybe you want to sell your musket or comic books. Anyway, great show. Get your free tickets here. Coming up Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Again, get your free tickets here. And you can find everything you want to know here, too, as well. How to get there, what kind of things are going to be there. And if you're a dealer and you want a table, we do have a few dealer tables left. Well, that's it, folks. This is Brian Kuzmar with Commercial Ware, Coins, and Precious Metals in beautiful Lauderdale by the Sea. If you're looking to buy any amounts of gold, between $1 worth of gold, silver, and platinum to millions of dollars worth of gold and silver and platinum, we are a small, powerful place. Why are we small and powerful? Because I've kept my expenses pretty low here. Never moved out of this place. And I can offer prices that will beat APMEX, SD, JM Bullion, and the local dealers as well. I don't know if there's some guy at the flea market that can beat me once in a while, but but anyway, call us at 954-493-8811 between 10 and 4 Mondays through Fridays. Visit our brick and mortar store here in Lauderdale by the Sea. Love to get a chance to meet you. There's a corner of our building right there. I'm a dealer since 1977, been in this building since 1995. And again, folks, can't thank you enough. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. And I'll talk to you on Monday. Let's see what happens. I kind of think the market's going to be down. Hope I'm wrong. Bye now.